This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast, or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello, welcome everybody back on the Lloyd Noble Center on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray here in Norman, getting ready for boys semifinal on the 5A side. Number 2, we had a great first one. Carl Albert taking care of business, punching their ticket to the championship game earlier against Holland Hall. Now we have to find out who they're going to face. Del City and Tulsa Memorial coming up here in just a few moments from the LNC. Had an epic game on this floor right before, so Wasso and Broken Arrow on the 6A side. A little bit of a delayed start because of that, but we're just a few moments away from getting the action going here from the LNC. We're glad you tuned in for what should be an absolutely epic matchup. And we'll set the scene here in just a moment. Jordan and I, along with Coach Lenny Hatch, who's going to join us in just a minute. But first, before we get into the nuts and bolts of things here, I want to make sure we thank Mrs. Gina Standridge for her sponsorship of Middale basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network. A huge help for us throughout the postseason. Vote for her for Middale School Board Ward 3 on April the 4th. Experience dedication for the future of Middale education. Gina Standridge grew up in this community. She lives in this community and taught in this community. She wants the best for all the kids. She has given countless hours to Middale School. She sponsored many academic and athletic events over the years. Sponsored a broadcast, obviously, here. So get out and vote for her on April 4th, 2023 for Gina Standridge, Middale School Board Ward 3. And there's some cool stuff coming up for her, Jordan, you want to add on to?
Yeah, we want to fill in about a meet and greet, or two actually she has going on in Del City. So here you can see the details on Tuesday, March 21st from 5 to 7. Come enjoy cupcakes. So I'm sure it'll be really good at the MTM Recognition Event Center located at 3405 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. And then on Saturday, March 25th from 9 to 11 a.m., come enjoy coffee and tea. Two of my favorite things at Jitters Coffee, 5501 Main Street in Del City, Oklahoma. And don't forget to vote on April 4th for Gina Standridge, Ward 3 for the Middale School Board. Early voting starts March 30th and 31st. Ad authorized and paid for by Standards for Middale Board, ad authorized and paid for by Standards for Middale School Board 2023. So we got Coach Lenny Hatchett joining us like he has been for last game as well. All right, Coach Hatchett, so were you guys, I know you're going to downplay the opponent, but were you a little excited to get another shot? Were your players a little excited to get another shot at Tulsa Memorial?
I mean, I think they're hungry, you know. They're really good, and, you know, we got to step up and be able to play well on both ends of the floor. Didn't matter who the opponent is, we got to find a way to win.
So for Tulsa Memorial this year, I mean, they reload so well, but you're familiar with Jareth Ingram and Seth Pratt. They were both key players last year. They've stepped into bigger roles this year, and they both can shoot. Lights out. What's the approach going to be against them?
You got two kids that got high IQs and have been around the game for a long time. You know, I've watched Seth play since he was a freshman. I remember 2019 when he played against us as a freshman. They're just two talented kids, and we got to make sure we stay locked in where they're at. We can't let them get loose, let them get going early. We're just going to try to make all them guys, any shot they take is going to have to be a difficult shot.
So another thing that's different about this year in 5A is you have a day off after the quarterfinals.
Right.
What was the focus of practice and getting prepared for this game?
It was good. The focus was good. You know, it was kind of neat being able to prepare for your opponent, you know, get yourself 24 hours to kind of get ready and get rested and get recovered. I thought our guys came in and understood the game plan, and now we just got to go execute it.
All right, Coach, good luck. We hope to talk to you after the game.
Hey, thank you very much.
All right, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll have the starting lineup for you and more. You are watching Mid-Del State Championship Basketball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Augusta Contracting is a general contracting company that specializes in commercial and industrial construction projects. When you choose us as a partner for a project, we assure quality workmanship, exceptional performance, and unparalleled client satisfaction. At Augusta Contracting, safety is top priority. Our main focus is to send our team home to their families safe, happy, and healthy. Augusta Contracting, where your idea turns to reality and your project comes to life.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
All right, back into Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway with you. Jordan Ray alongside me. You just heard him talking to Coach Lenny Hatchett about this matchup. So much to be excited about. This has been, I think, talked about as kind of the game of the day. Everybody's been talking about this matchup. Tulsa Memorial and Del City, a rematch of the 5A title game a year ago. I mean, it's depending on how brackets break. I mean, certainly Carl Albert, as we know very well, right up there in the same conversation with these two teams. But these are two of the very, very, very best, and we're excited to see them collide here at the LNC with a spot in the championship game tomorrow against the Titans. So getting ready for this one here in just a moment. We're going to have the starting lineups here coming your way, presented by Louis in Midwest City, 6007 Southeast 15th Street, Midwest City, Louis. We're in your neighborhood. Starting lineups first for the Del City Eagles, who are going to be the designated visiting team here this evening at the Lloyd Noble Center. You know him by now if you're a Del City fan. These guys have been around a long time. Number 4, Demarius Veely, 5'8". They're all seniors in the starting five. Brandon Garrison, number 10, 6'9". Jamora McAllister, number 12, is 6'2". Number 22, Percy Green, is 6'3". And then number 23, Jaden Foreman Felix, rounds it out at 6'5". The Eagles, the number 2 team in 5A West, entering the postseason, entering play tonight. Now Tulsa Memorial, the Chargers. Del City coached by Lenny Hatchett, of course, as well. You heard him a little bit earlier. Tulsa Memorial Chargers, starting 5. Number 10 is Tyree Jamerson. He's a 6-foot senior. Number 12, Monte Collins, a 5'10 senior. Number 20 is Ben Radford, a 6'5 senior. Number 22, Seth Pratt, a 6'3 senior. And then number 33, Jareth Ingram, a 6'8 senior. So both teams feature all senior starting fives. And the Tulsa Memorial Chargers are the number 1 team in 5A East and are coached by Robert Allison. So, Jordan, you saw this matchup a year ago. I don't know how much you can put into this year's edition of it, but what's Del City got to do? How do they change the fortunes from a year ago to this time conquer the Chargers?
Well, 2 things. They have to be efficient with their quality shots. That means free throws, shots around the basket. They really weren't that against Tulsa Edison Prep. They were okay in that game because they could play great defense. Tulsa Memorial is going to line it up more, so you have to have some offense to match. And Brandon Garrison was in foul trouble in that game a year ago for the state title. He has to stay out of it. He cannot be in foul trouble in this game.
Definitely a big one there. Like we said, Del City is the visiting road, the designated road team for this matchup, so they'll be in the road black uniforms, black cursive Del City across the chest, black numbers. Memorial Chargers in their home whites with the light red cursive Chargers across the chest, red numbers, and the red stripe down the side.
We're really interested to see the matchups, mainly for Del City. Who guards Ingram? Could be Garrison, but I think Foreman Felix would be a more ideal option.
Ingram and Garrison do the tip. Del City wins it. They're going right to left. Marv Vantage Point courtside at the Lloyd Noble Center. Boys 5A semifinal number 2. Somebody moves on to face Carl Albert tomorrow for the title. Brandon Garrison on the first possession. Turnaround shot is good, and a really good first possession for the Eagles as Brandon Garrison gets them on the board first.
Very welcome sign.
Other way, here come the Chargers. This is Monte Collins with the basketball. He gives up to the top, Ben Radford. And got a big collision here as McAllister came flying in.
Are we surprised to see
no
that?
Kidding.
One thing I'm a little surprised at, just because there's a size advantage for Tulsa Memorial, is McAllister gets gets the chance to start on defense against Ingram.
That foul they did call a foul on McAllister there, so he picks up a early one. But you're right. That's something we talked about with Coach Ashley after the game on Wednesday. Is sometimes McAllister takes some shots that he looks like he's not going to get up from, but he always does. Hard-nosed player. Chargers keep the possession, obviously, after the foul. Collins with the ball for Tulsa Memorial. He hands it off to Ingram. Fires in the corner. Open three ball. Clackham's put it down for Ben Radford. And he gets the Chargers on the board with the first Bobby Lewis 3-ball of the ball game. Surprisingly great race to serve you in 2 locations in Choctaw and Del City. Eagles with the basketball back. Garrison going to fire a 3. Clackham's! Oh. You don't see Garrison take it from deep too often. He ripped that one. That was nothing but net. That looked good.
Are we going to see the starting centers shoot threes?
Why not?
Yeah.
What a shot. 5 early points for Garrison. He's off to a good start. In the corner here, this is Seth Pratt with the ball. He had his pocket pick. Demarius Veely steals it and starts the break for Del City. Crossover between the legs dribble. Step back 3. Airballs it long. Maybe a little adrenaline pump in there. Is that one with too much mustard on it.
Great steal, but way too wild on that shot.
Chargers going the other way. Ingram thought about the shot. Instead, he'll put it on the floor. Now give it up. Pratt hit the one earlier. He'll fire another one from the wing. Won't roll home. Ingram skies in for the board. Second chance for the Chargers. Turnaround shot good for Jareth Ingram, and we're tied back up.
That can't happen. You have to keep him off the boards.
Veely walks it up for Del City. Nice early pace to this one. 5-5 early. Couple minutes in here on OSN. Veely surveys the floor. He's guarded by Pratt. Gives up to Brandon Garrison. Garrison's got all of Del City's early 5 points here. Backing Pratt down. He's going to take it right at him. Turn around, left hand, hook shot. That'll roll home. Brandon Garrison with 7 quick points.
It's the making of one of the best offensive games I've seen him have.
Yeah, already.
He did not have that 2 days ago, so it's a welcome sign again for Del City.
Brandon Garrison with his size. Sometimes you're just like, man, back down your man, and he's doing that early. Here's Jamore McAllister, defensive wizard, steals the ball and starts a fast break. Get a tough finish over Ingram. Jamore McAllister's such a gifted defensive player. There he is.
Yeah. Well, offensively,
turnover and a fast break.
That was over Ingram. Ingram's 6'8".
Right.
Great finish.
Really good all-around play. 9-5 Eagles. Step back shot here comes up just short. Rebound pulled in by McAllister. Del City, some nice energy here early on for the Eagles. Veely, crossover. Trying to figure out where else to go. Almost lost the dribble, but gets it back. And he'll back down and reset some things while Coach Hatchett shouts out some direction for the Eagles. We're off to a nice start here. They've had some games, Del City, where their offense kind of takes a while to get going. Not really the case here so far. 9 quick ones. Jaden Foreman Felix with the ball on the wing. He'll give it back out to McAllister. McAllister hands it off to Garrison. Garrison's to back down Pratt a couple times already. Here he goes again, working on him. This time Ingram comes over to help, and Garrison's going to just fire it off Pratt's leg to go out of bounds and kind of give themselves a chance to reset.
But Del City making a priority to go into Garrison, and it's obviously a matchup that's often in their favor. They often have the height advantage with him, and this is no exception because Ingram's not guarding him. He's being guarded by number 20, Ben Radford, who's strong but gives up a lot of inches.
Foreman Felix firing a 3-ball from Garrison, goes off the back iron. Radford came out, by the way, on that last break. In for him comes Darius Toby, another senior. These are 2 really old teams.
Well, much smaller is Tulsa Memorial.
Yeah. Here's Ingram, the big man out there, backing down on Jamorne McAllister. Turnaround shot. Oh, my. Man, Jareth Ingram, this guy is skilled for his size.
That's the problem with that matchup. He can elevate and shoot. If he can get to a good spot on the floor, he can elevate and shoot over McAllister. McAllister made a great defensive play the previous possession, but Ingram's going to get his shots off against him.
Just past the midway point of the first quarter here. Really nice start to this 5A semi. Del City and Tulsa Memorial. Jamorne McAllister on the right wing gives it over to Brandon Garrison. He thought about it, said he gives it back to McAllister. He's open. Instead, he'll put it on the floor. Go right to the rim. Nice finish through some traffic for Jamorne McAllister.
But when he attacks, he makes something happen.
Yeah, his defense jumps out, but yeah, he can finish at the rim with the best of them. He's got 4 points.
Now, one thing for Del City, Garrison's defending a guard right now. They're going with a smaller lineup, so can he protect the basket doing that?
Here's Seth Pratt on the wing, guarded by Veely. Picked up his dribble, a little advice here. He will get rid of it, but Garrison picks it off. Fast break, Brandon Garrison going to go right to the rim. He lays it in. That's 9 for the big man.
It's been Garrison and McAllister, the two best defensive players for Del City, and they've been good on defense, but also great on offense.
Driving here, going to the rim, and we have a whistle before the shot. Shot went in, but it's not going to count for Monte Collins, and he took a shot to the gut. And he's got a face of discomfort, and he's asking to be subbed out. Into the game for Memorial comes 14, Keyshawn Thompson, another senior. That's things that these two teams share, lots of older players. Deshaun Long, a senior for Del City, will come in.
That's going to switch Foreman Felix on Ingram. That might be a better matchup just because of height.
Our first non-senior from either team into the game, Cody Jackson, number 30, a sophomore in for Memorial. Chargers have the ball. Pratt driving, and Long just stuffed it back in his face a little bit. It goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Chargers.
I love how they're defending Pratt. If he puts the ball on the floor, he's not really a ball handler. I mean, he's capable, but he's a shooter.
Also
so if he puts the ball on the floor, go for it.
My apologies, jumping you there a little bit. DeKalen Godwin in the game as well for the Eagles. So Coach Hatcher going into that bench early, which you have the luxury of just more veteran players to turn to. Driving down the lane, and a big block from Garrison. He's been everywhere so far. Percy Green now has it. Fast break to the rim. Spin move, and he couldn't finish.
Nope, drew a foul.
But he is fouled, and Percy Green will head to the line.
I need to stop predicting calls. I'm not. There's a reason I'm not a ref.
It's hard to tell. First time getting our look at the Rose State Cherry Stripe. Looking for a university experience while staying close to home? Look no further than Rose State College. With over 60-degree options, on-campus housing, and transfer agreements with all Oklahoma universities, Rose State College will jumpstart your college education. Apply today at rose.edu. Green misses the first. Also want to thank our first quarter sponsor. We have a break in the action here, Buffalo Wild Wings, where every day is game day, 5500 Tinker Diagonal in Del City.
Ingram is out for Tulsa Memorial. Del City's got to take advantage of that.
Green misses them both.
That's not doing it.
Ingram, he just subbed out. He has, I think, 4 of their 7 points, if my memory serves me correctly.
Yes.
Pratt bringing it down the floor for the Chargers. Gives it over to Collins, who's back in after taking that shot to the gut. He's guarded by Brandon Garrison, who is locked in. Look at him getting low. He got the tongue out. He's feeling good. It's a good start for Garrison. Can't blame him. Crossover move for Collins. Bounce pass over to Radford, who just came back in. Pass back to Pratt on the block. Guarded by Percy Green. He's going to try and take it down the baseline on him. Turnaround, gives it up to Radford. Goes right back to Pratt. We have whistles and a travel before the shot. Well, you're doing the pregame interview there with Coach Hatchett. He acknowledged that there was some excitement to play more after last year. I feel like Del City's got a different edge to them right now in these first 6 minutes.
Much better on offense than last or 2 nights ago, and the defense still locked in. It's early, still obviously close game, but really positive signs for Del City. Tulsa Memorial going zone.
Eagles have it. Godwin on the right wing. Goes over to the top to Percy Green. Green thinking about it. Instead, go bounce pass over to Godwin. Eagles figuring out how they want to attack this Charger defense. Nice ball movement gets Percy Green open, looking at 3. Clack'ems! Bobby Lewis 3-ball for Percy Green. Eagles up 9.
What a way to make up for missing 2 free throws.
What a start to this game for Del City offensively. 16 first quarter points. Still have some meat on the bone left in this first quarter. Radford with it. He'll give it up to Thompson. Thompson bumped, and he tried to get it off to the cutting man, Toby, and Foreman Felix stole it. Fast break for the Eagles again. Percy Green racing down the floor. Kick out Godwin. Oh, he thought about the 3 instead. He'll give it up. Goes Percy Green on the right. He'll go ahead and fire from deep. Off the front of the rim, no good. And the Chargers get it back for the final minute here of the first. Toby with it for the Chargers. To the top, Radford. He'll put it on the floor. Spin move trying to go down on Garrison. Kick out to Toby. He'll fire three on the right wing. Clackham's. Nice shot there by Darius Toby.
Foreman just left him. Foreman was trying to help out. He didn't need to.
And a timeout granted to the Chargers. Del City was saying they already had the ball. I made that exact situation with Carl Albert in the last game where the Titans were saying they had already got the ball in. But different officiating crew, by the way, if you're curious on that kind of thing.
There's a game played in between, and they like to keep the officiating crews fresh.
2 games, right? Yep. You always 2 games and rotate them.
I believe so.
16. We need Kaysen. Troutman to chime in. 43.7 on the first quarter clock. Good start here for the Eagles. They lead 16-10, and they have the basketball. We will have the 5A championship game tomorrow on our airwaves. That'll be the final basketball game of the season on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Carl Albert Titans will be there, seeing if the Del City Eagles can join them.
And Memorial, I mean, it wasn't very long, but they basically played Del City to a draw with Ingram out. Ingram's back in. I think Del City kind of went away from looking for Garrison in the post once Memorial switched to a zone. So they need to try to still get him the ball inside.
Veely brings it up for the Eagles. He crosses half court. Right side to Godwin. Godwin to McAllister on the elbow. Trying to get it down low to Garrison. Not a bad idea, but it was tipped away and stolen. Fast break here for the Chargers. 3-ball in the corner. Comes up just short for Toby. Rebound ripped down by the Eagles, and they can start it back the other way, still with plenty of time to work with. Veely on the left wing. 15 seconds. Over to Godwin. Out near midcourt. Back to Veely. Eagles trying to work the clock down, make sure this is the last shot. Godwin back to Veely. Giving some direction. 5 seconds, crossover. Veely will now drive it. Right-hand scoop layup attempt to roll home. Nice finish right at the end of the first quarter there for Demarius Veely. A really nice offensive first quarter for Del City. They have 18 on the board at the end of 8 minutes. All right, we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. Second quarter on the way in this 5A semifinal right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Here at Champion Plumbing, we grew up under these lights, so we know what hard work and dedication really means. Because to us, being the best is about helping our community when they need us most. It's about giving our all on every play and every job. Being your hometown champs means being part of a team that succeeds together. So every time you call, you get nothing but our best. And that's what makes us Champion Plumbing.
Back at the Lloyd Noble Center, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Boys 5A semifinal. Really fun start to this one. Del City leads it 18-10 as we resume play. Chargers with the basketball. Monte Collins with it. Del City an 18-point first quarter. That's a high number for them, especially considering what they can do on this end, defensively bothering teams. Collins trying to get some separation. He will eventually get out to Radford, who will fire away from 3. It's not going to go. Long rebound will run down and be saved by Ingram. Was flying into the Del City bench. A couple Eagles.
That's going to be a battle. Him and McAllister win. Tulsa Memorial has the ball. That's when McAllister's guarding Ingram.
Eagles end up getting the basketball after that. Long pass from Veely. Not a great pass as it was poked away and stolen by Radford. And a turnover by the Eagles. Chargers have it back here, trailing by 8. Collins coming down the floor. Goes to his right. Ingram setting a screen for him. Garrison just bowled him over, and that's going to be a foul on Brandon Garrison. That'll be the first.
Yeah, it's a very avoidable foul. You know, he needs to just go under that screen.
Yeah, Ingram sold it a little bit, but it looked like a good call.
Tulsa Memorial started out with a press. You don't see Del City pressed very often, so we'll see how they handle. Not early in the game anyway.
This is Pratt with it. He'll drive on Percy Green, kick out in the corner to Radford. Thought about it, said he'll put on the floor now. He'll drive on Garrison. Turnaround shot for Radford. Yeah. Not going to go. That's a good
He does not have much of a chance against Garrison.
No, that's not a good matchup for the Chargers. big size difference and athleticism difference. Ball deflected out of bounds. Will stay at this end. Breaking the action. I'll thank the second quarter sponsor real quick, which is Super
Home of
Subs.
the Steak Bomb.
Home of the Steak Bomb
Yeah.
sandwich. Got ahead of myself. Locally owned and operated for over 20 years. 2150 South Douglas Boulevard in Midwest City. Give them a call at 405-733-5440.
Some sweat on the floor.
Hey, anything that beats the blood delay we had in the Carl Albert game earlier.
Yep. It's a really apples and oranges situation when you have one versus the other. But they'll get this sweat taken care of pretty quickly.
18-10 Del City. They have the basketball.
Love those circular mops they use.
It really gets the job done. Yeah. Inbound, Veely goes to Percy Green on the elbow. He'll take a step-back jumper from about the free throw line. Right on line, but a little too much off the back iron. Chargers have it back. Ingram racing down the floor for Memorial. All the way to the rim. McAllister with the block, but they're going to say a foul.
That'll be my guess. Yep.
Foul's on Green, so it was a clean block from McAllister, but the foul came on the other side from Percy Green. So Ingram will go to the Rose State Cherry Stripe.
It's real important for Del City when they don't score, get their defense set up. That was not a good defensive transition. They got to pick up Ingram sooner, but they waited until he got to the paint, and that's when he was able to draw the foul because that's when he was able to elevate for the shot.
Ingram hits the first free throw, makes it a 7-point game, 18-11.
Amazing block by McAllister. Unfortunately, there's the foul on someone else.
Ingram's second one off the front of the rim. Ingram with 5 points. And the Eagles have it back up by 7. Green had it poked away, but he's able to get it back. Long pass to Garrison on the right wing, and he'll slow things down for the Eagles, and they'll set up some offense here. Veely shouting out some direction. Left side, Jamore McAllister. Now back to Veely. Right side to Foreman Felix. Starting 5 on the floor right now for the Eagles.
They're having a day off yesterday. You'll see the starting 5 on the floor for the most part, with some minutes from Long and Godwin mixed in.
Foreman Felix backs out to McAllister as we hit the 6-minute mark to play in the first half. McAllister down the lane, got some contact here. And it's going to be called a...
They call it blocking foul. Usually a shot goes with it. They count it.
Wow,
how about that, McAllister?
I have no feel for those right now, Jordan. The shot goes in, the foul. I thought they were going to leave that on the floor, but they give McAllister the bucket. And, hey, Del City will take it.
It's been mostly the Garrison and McAllister show. Just a good job by McAllister seeing the gap. I mean, Tulsa Memorial is zoning them, which has taken away Garrison, and I don't know why. But, you know, if you take whatever good offense you can get, and he made a really good attack with his left hand.
McAllister can't complete the 3-point play at the line, goes off the back iron. Del City 0 for 3 at the free throw line to start this game. Chargers have it back to the way. Ingram has it poked away by McAllister. Flying in the backcourt. How did he get the ball to the rim and he finishes?
Unbelievable.
This man can play some D, man.
And he made up for a missed free throw. So Green missed 2 free throws and made a 3. And then McAllister misses a free throw, gets a steal and score. Man, is he locked in.
What a play. And the Eagles lead it by 11, 22-11. I haven't said the name of Tyree Jamerson very much for the Chargers, even though he was a starter. He had the ball and gives it up. Now gets it back coming down the lane. Garrison poked away, but he was able to run it down. Now fires over to Ingram. He'll fire a 3 from the top. That won't roll home. The rebound comes out to the Eagles. Chargers don't have a lot of good-looking offense right now. Del City defense is really, really performing, which is what we were saying a lot about Carl Albert earlier in our first game. Garrison gives over to Veely, and he'll slow things up.
You know, there should be some opportunities to lob it to Garrison underneath that zone. Just have him cut along the baseline if you get the ball to another high post guy.
Veely with the ball. He's guarded by Jamerson. Right side to Foreman Felix. Del City in no big rush here. Tell you what, I mean, we're only 13 minutes in, or 11 minutes in, excuse me. The Eagles have really controlled this game so far, both ends of the floor. It's been a very good start to this game for Del City. Here's McAllister on the elbow. He'll kick it out to Foreman Felix, goes back over to Veely.
I love his patience here. I mean, no need to force anything other than a shot you don't like.
You're up 11. I mean, you're doing a lot of good things. You're right. I mean, just no reason to. Eagles continuing to work it down. Garrison now with it in the corner. Bounce pass to McAllister right to the rim. That's a great find, and McAllister gets an easy lay-in. You use a minute of clock, and then you still wind up with a wide-open shot in the lane, and a timeout taken by the Eagles. It'll be a full timeout. Del City is really playing at a high level right now. They lead at 24-11, 4:10 to play in the first half. We'll be back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Coast Technology Group is your full IT managed service provider, utilizing simple, reliable technology for your home and business. Remote monitoring and management, network infrastructure, and cybersecurity, all with 24/7, 365-day live support. When you partner with CTG, you get the 150 years combined experience of our experts, helping your business grow while keeping your systems secure.
Back to it at the Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray. And here coming right out of that timeout, Coach Lenny Hatchett telling the guys, don't stop. Keep it going because they have played a really, really nice first quarter and a half here.
It's interesting. Del City's on the run here, but they call the full timeout after a make. It's an interesting timeout by Coach Hatchett. We'll see what they leads to something different on offense.
Midway point of the second quarter. Radford getting harassed by Garrison. Trying to pass it over to Ingram, and the ball goes out of bounds. Del City's defense is just suffocating right now.
Ingram looks so uncomfortable. You know, he became a Division I prospect, we'll call it, a few weeks ago. He got offered by Air Force. This is a really good player, and he's been frustrated right now.
Garrison has, meanwhile, been locked in, and he's getting more and more fired up, it seems like, with each possession. He's having a really nice start to his night. McAllister, by the way, is the highest scorer for Del City with 10. Garrison with 9. Here's Green in the corner, gives it up to Garrison. And again, Del City's going to take their time here. McAllister gets it around his defender. Had it poked away. Now he gets it back. It'll go out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by McAllister. Good defense there by the Chargers, forcing a turnover.
They have to trap. Del City's got to be ready for that. You got to quickly get the ball. You've got to quickly get rid of the ball when you're getting trapped. You can't just dribble too much.
Crossing half court here is Monte Collins. Where do the Chargers go for offense? That's not going to help. Veely picks off the pass intended for Pratt. Start the break back the other way. I mean, right now, the Chargers are having a hard time just completing passes. But here they go force a turnover of their own as skying for it was Toby to knock it loose of Veely. Ends up with Ingram getting an open look at a three on the other side, but he airballed it. Saved underneath the basket, and it's going to be an easy lay-in for Keyshawn Thompson. That's a cardinal sin, right, Jordan? I mean, saving underneath your own hoop. So Thompson gets an easy lay-in after the surprising air ball by Ingram. He was wide open. The Eagles have it back the other way, up 11, 2:45 to play in the first. McAllister goes to his right, bounce pass to Veely. Gives it back to McAllister on the left wing, crossover, now goes down the lane, feeds it off. Mid-range jumper for Foreman Felix, and a very nice shot, nothing but net.
Nice response. I mean, when they make their shots, Del City, that's when they are set on defense, and that's when they're really good.
Collins walks the ball up for the Chargers, guarded by Jamarius Veely. Gives it up to Pratt. He thought about it, but Percy Green able to close out on him. Now goes to his left, Veely hounding him. Rocket pass here into the paint to Thompson. Gets out to Ingram. Ingram right-hand floater, tried to bank it in, no good. McAllister the rebound, and then almost got hit. Garrison does get hit as Thompson runs into the back of him, and that'll be a foul.
And Garrison forced that miss on Ingram. And I don't know if Jareth Ingram has much experience playing against a guy taller than him.
Probably not.
And so Garrison altered that shot. So right now for Del City, it's about handling the press. Memorial not getting anything in the half-court offense. They have to force steals. They got a gift by McAllister. And so they're going to take Garrison out, which they can get away with because Memorial, besides Ingram's not big, and they don't want Garrison guarding Ingram anyway.
You're also up 13. So
yeah.
If you want to get your guy a little extra rest, you have some cushion. Final 2 minutes of the first half. Godwin feeds over to Jamor McAllister, who crosses half court. Chargers' defensive intensity is ramped up a bit here. And he steps on the half-court line. So a turnover there. McAllister kind of lost track of where he was a little bit.
I think Foreman Felix has got to get higher against the trap. He's not making himself available enough. That was part of the reason why McAllister turned it over there.
Chargers have it back. Seth Pratt with it. Being hounded by McAllister, gets it over to Collins. Collins going to drive on to Sean Long, who just came back in the game. Left-hand shot for Collins will roll home. And the foul. That's a big bucket for the Chargers, and then get it back down to 10 here at the line.
Collins was one of the starters on the state title team a year ago. So he's a very capable guard. He's not the guy that they look to for points right away, but he can score in a variety of ways.
Free throw coming here at the Rose State charity stripe for Monte Collins. He puts it down. Well, despite Del City seemingly being in control of this game, it's only 10. Chargers still certainly within arm's distance here. Green will come out, Garrison back in for the Eagles.
The last few minutes, Del City has struggled against Tulsa Memorial's trap.
Long will give it up on the left side to DeKalen Godwin. Out to McAllister. Foreman Felix on the right side. Deshaun Long in the corner to Garrison. Brandon Garrison hit that three earlier. I'm still kind of amazed by that. Gives over to McAllister. Left side Foreman Felix in the corner all alone is DeKalen Godwin for three. Left is short. Long though. Rebound. Stick back is good. Deshaun Long. How you doing? Only 5'10", but he skied for underneath the painted area and sucked that back. Now we're going to whistle a foul here on the Eagles, and they had one more to give.
Yeah, because you don't want to foul Pratt, if it's going to send him to the free throw line.
Back into the game comes Ben Radford. He replaces Keyshawn Thompson.
The offensive rebounds will be available to everyone for Del City if they're going against a trap, because you can't aggressively trap and, hit the defensive boards or at least get your block-out assignments against the defensive boards.
Veely back in, replaces Long, who had that nice offensive rebound and score a moment ago. Here's Pratt on the baseline. He feeds off to the cutting man Collins. He'll pull up for a little mid-range jumper, doesn't go. Rebound skied for and ripped down by Garrison. And the Eagles have it back up 12 with 40 seconds to play here in the first. Godwin almost lost his dribble, knocked off his own foot, but able to get it across half court to Veely. Veely goes across the lane. He takes some contact. And he gets up to McAllister, and the Eagles can reset. Underneath to Garrison, fires to the cutting Godwin. Almost lost it, but saved it. And now Eagles can back things out. 20 seconds to play in the first half. Warren McAllister with that near half court. Chargers aren't forcing anything, so it looks like Del City is going to get the final shot here. 10 seconds. McAllister has it. Heels on the interlocking OU. He goes to his right, crossover move. Jordan McAllister feeds off to Garrison in the corner. Step back three at the buzzer, Clack'em! Brandon Garrison with one of his better halves that I've seen him play all season. He absolutely dominated that on both ends. 12 points with a pair of threes.
Darn right he's McDonald's All-American, is he not?
31-16 Eagles at the break. You can't ask for much more in that first half if you're Coach Lenny Hatchett. Eagles, for the most part, really controlled that first 16 minutes. We'll take a timeout here.
Real quick, I want to hit this.
Sure. Let's thank Gina Standridge again before we go to the halftime break. And tell you to vote for her for Mid-Del School Board on April the 4th. Tell you about some things that she wants to do and why you should vote for her. She wants to ensure that all students receive equal/equitable education. She wants to enhance school safety and security protocols. She wants to improve community relations. She'd like to provide more mental health and trauma services. She wants to expand vocational and technical programs. She'd like to offer more elective options in the curriculum. She wants to reduce class sizes to allow more individual instruction. She wants to support and recognize teachers and staff more often in course. She wants to increase funding for teacher and staff salaries and benefits, equipment upgrades, and building maintenance. So lots of reasons to vote for Gina Standards for Mid-Del School Board, Ward 3.
And also we want to mention for Gina that she's going to have a meet and greet coming up in a couple weeks. So we'll give you more specific details here on March 21st. That's actually 11 days from now. On a Tuesday from 5 to 7, come enjoy cupcakes at the MTM Recognition Event Center, 3405 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. Then 2 weeks from tomorrow, on March 25th, from 9 to 11 a.m., come enjoy coffee and tea at Jitter's Coffee, located at 5501 Main Street in Del City, Oklahoma. Don't forget to vote on April 4th for Gina Standridge. Early voting March 30th and 31st. By the way, she had a lot to do with helping Demarius Veely progress through high school and to this point now. So she's been a very active teacher, and she feels a very close connection, Josh, to the Del City boys, having had some of them in the classroom. So we want to mention that's one of the reasons why she's doing what she's doing during the Del City boys games. And this ad is authorized and paid for by Standridge for Mid-Del School Board 2023.
All righty, well, we're going to take a timeout here. We're at halftime. We'll come back here in a few minutes, and we'll recap the scoring for you in the first 16 minutes, and we'll also look ahead to the second half of action. Del City 31, Tulsa Memorial 16. Eagles with a nice-sized lead as we head to the halftime locker room here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Here at Champion Plumbing, we grew up under these lights, so we know what hard work and dedication really means. Because to us, being the best is about helping our community when they need us most. It's about giving our all on every play and every job. Being your hometown champs means being part of a team that succeeds together. So every time you call, you get nothing but our best. And that's what makes us Champion Plumbing.
We come from different backgrounds, with diverse interests and unique learning styles. Finding classes that fit your individual needs isn't a challenge at Cameron University. A small campus and dedicated faculty ensures there's always someone close by to guide you on your journey. Your success is our success. Your education is our mission. At Cameron University, you're not a number, you're part of the family.
Coast Technology Group is your full IT managed service provider, utilizing simple, reliable technology for your home and business. Remote monitoring and management, network infrastructure, and cybersecurity, all with 24/7, 365-day live support. When you partner with CTG, you get the 150 years combined experience of our experts, helping your business grow while keeping your systems secure.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Sidelined by surgery, illness, injury? Valor Physical Therapy can help. At Valor PT, our skilled therapists create a rehabilitation program individualized for you, with education and encouragement each step of the way. Whether it's sports or the activities of life, let Valor get you back in the game. Start now at 405-265-6449. No referral needed. Mention Oklahoma Sports Network and get a free t-shirt at your first appointment.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Augusta Contracting is a general contracting company that specializes in commercial and industrial construction projects. When you choose us as a partner for a project, we assure quality workmanship, exceptional performance, and unparalleled client satisfaction. At Augusta Contracting, safety is top priority. Our main focus is to send our team home to their families safe, happy, and healthy. Augusta Contracting, where your idea turns to reality and your project comes to life.
Welcome back to another fine Saturday morning here at the Johnson House, where the team at Champion Plumbing is about to perform one of their classic pipelining maneuvers. Watch their technique as they begin pouring in that epoxy. Oh, wow. Didn't miss a drop. That, ladies and gentlemen, and why these guys are the champs.
Coast Technology Group helps you feel safe and secure utilizing simple, reliable technology. Allow our team of experts to help you design the right system with high-definition surveillance cameras, cutting-edge smart alarm systems, and thoughtfully designed access control for your home or business. Work, sleep, and play with confidence, knowing CTG is your technology partner.
We want to make your next event an adventure. At Inflatable Adventures, we want to make your next event hassle-free by providing incredible products at a great price, along with amazing customer service. We offer one of the widest selections of bounce houses, water slides, obstacle courses, and so much more. Give us a call today or check us out online at inflatableadventures.org. Remember, Inflatable Adventures, the only inflation worth paying for.
Here at Champion Plumbing, we take pride in taking care of our community. When we hit the road, we're fully prepared to solve your plumbing issues. We're family owned, and we are the standard for plumbing service. With a team full of champions, being the best plumbers in Oklahoma is just part of the job. So when we show up, you can rest easy, knowing that whatever the issue may be, we can handle it and make you a happy Champion customer. Contact Champion Plumbing today.
Back here at the Lloyd Noble Center, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray, in this 5A semifinal. What a first half it was for Del City. They lead at 31-16. At the end of the first two quarters, recap the point totals here for you in the first 16 minutes. High score so far, Brandon Garrison, 12 points. Can I interest you, Jordan, in 5 for 5 from the field and 2 for 2 from deep from Brandon Garrison. He's got 4 rebounds as well. Jordan McAllister with 10. He was also 5 for 5 from the field. Both those guys had phenomenal first halves. Also 3 points from Percy Green, 2 from Demarius Veely, 2 from Jaden Foreman-Felix, and 2 from Deshaun Long. For the Chargers, Jareth Ingram with 5. And then you have 3 from a few guys. Monte Collins with 3, Ben Radford with 3, and Darius Toby with 3, with Keyshawn Thompson also adding 2 as well. 31-16 Eagles at the end of the first 2 quarters. We have just a little under a minute till the second half starts. Jordan, what jumped out from you in that first half, and what do the Eagles got to do to bring it home?
Well, we talk about a lot their defense on Jareth Ingram, but right behind him as far as scoring leader for Tulsa Memorial is Seth Pratt, and he was much more uncomfortable than Ingram. I mean, he was a total non-factor. And so that's a big victory. We'll see if Tulsa Memorial tries to run some set plays for him. But hats off to not just Brandon Garrison, but Jamari McAllister, whose defense on Ingram was just unbelievable throughout the whole game. Ingram hit one really good but tough shot over McAllister. Otherwise, he hasn't done a whole lot. One time he got to the basket and got to the foul line on transition, which that's the one thing that Del City has to be careful. It's basically this. Expect Tulsa Memorial, playing with their season on the line, and they have a senior laden team as well, to really sell out on the traps. Del City cannot just dribble the ball around and make lazy passes. They did that a little bit at the end of the second quarter. They have got to handle the traps well with quick passes. You can pass the ball around for a while as long as they're quick and you got good spacing, but then at some point, go downhill. There should be some alley-oop plays they can run for Brandon Garrison in a minute of a trap, because at some point, defenders have to overcommit to make the trap work.
So we're just about ready to start the second half here. Very different philosophies for these two teams on the halftime. Tulsa Memorial came back out with like 7 minutes left in the half to start shooting around. Del City didn't come out until there was under a minute. So very different approaches to that.
But I think it's a good call by Coach Allison, a great coach for Tulsa Memorial. One of the most successful coaches in all of Oklahoma.
So we're back to it. Del City is now going left to right from our spot here, courtside at the Lloyd Noble Center. Going to be an interesting second half here to see if the Eagles can finish the job and get to the title game against Carl Albert tomorrow. Demarius Veely has it for the Eagles. Goes to Foreman-Felix on the right, now down to Brandon Garrison on the block. Turnaround shot for Garrison, and there's his first miss, but he got his own rebound, put back.
They're going to call over the back.
They're going to call over the back.
Because he missed a good shot, but an interesting change for Memorial. They are putting Ingram on Garrison. I think that's probably a good matchup for him.
First miss for Garrison there to start the third quarter, and the Chargers have the ball back after the turnover. This is Jamerson with it for the Chargers. Goes right side to Pratt. He thought about the three. Instead, he'll put it on the floor and try to get some room. Spin move on Percy Green. Now he picked up his dribble. He'll give it up to Collins. Collins being hounded by Veely. Lost his dribble. Veely stole it from him. Fast break for the Eagles. Demarius Veely racing down the floor through some contact. Can't finish it. McAllister putback won't go. And the Chargers have it back. This is Ingram racing down the floor for Memorial. He'll pump fake once. Figure out where he wants to go. Kick out to Radford. He puts it back down to Ingram. Ingram up and under move. Had it poked away. Gets it back. A lot of contact here, and his shot won't go. Bodies everywhere, but no whistles. And the Eagles have it back, racing back the other direction. Percy Green now on the wing, and Del City will slow things up. We have a foul away from the ball. Will go on the Chargers.
Well, 2 scoring opportunities missed for both teams. I cannot believe Del City couldn't get a basket there, but then I thought it was just a matter of time before Ingram was going to jump up and shoot and make a shot in the paint, and he just couldn't get a good look because of the Del City defense. McAllister and others were just hounding him.
Veely gets out to Garrison at the top here off the inbound. Almost 90 seconds in the second half. Still looking for our first points of it, which, hey, status quo is fine for the Eagles when you're up 15. Foreman Felix on the wing. Gives it over to Veely on the top. Right side, McAllister. McAllister backing down his man Collins. Kick out to Veely. Open three at the top. Left it a little bit short. Almost rattled home, but pops out, and the Chargers have it back. Collins crossing half court for Memorial. He'll hand it off here to Jamerson. We haven't seen much tonight. Left-hand floater air balls. We're going to whistle and a foul on Tulsa Memorial.
That's 2 on Memorial early on, 1 on Del City.
Thank our third quarter sponsor real fast here while we had a break in action. Dynamic Health Clinic in Harrow, Oklahoma. At Dynamic Health Clinic, Dr. Kaufman specializes in athletic injuries. He's able to get athletes back in action very quickly using a system called Advanced Muscle Integration. Play better, recover faster at Dynamic Health Clinic. Eagles have it back, still up 15. Garrison pulls up from the elbow, banks it in. Brandon Garrison, shooter, sharpshooter Brandon Garrison. He's got 14.
When it's your night, it's your night. Biggest lead of the game for Del City. Again, they're not going to underestimate Tulsa Memorial, though. Still a lot of firepower for the Chargers. Just hasn't come out yet.
Pass underneath to Radford, and he's hit and fouled on the pass. There's a lot of game left here, but at this point, the way Del City's playing defense, I mean, just the Chargers scoring 17 more points is going to be a bit of an undertaking. They only have 16 to this point, obviously. So it's going to take a lot. Chargers going to have to turn a lot of things around here to try and make up this gap.
With 2 fouls, and Darius Toby in for Memorial, and Coach Hatchett yells shooter. So something to see if he gets going shooting-wise.
Collins has it here for Tulsa Memorial, looking for their first points of the quarter. Left side here is Darius Toby, a senior who comes off the bench for Coach Allison and the Chargers. That's another foul. I'm trying to kind of rack up a little bit here. It's only the third, but
Veely made it kind of, I won't say obvious, but definitely a decent call because of where he had his forearm. Needs to keep his arms wide.
Collins will do the inbound here. Foul was just on the floor, of course. Gets it to Radford. Gives it back to Collins. Underneath to Ingram. Ingram gets crashed down a couple of guys. Garrison, one of them, just hounding him. And they're going to say it's a foul on Garrison. So that's 4 now on the Eagles. That's one way for the Chargers to try and get back in this is
give Garrison a 4th foul because he's got 3 with that.
Yeah, you're right. That's 3.
Tough call. Since Radford came out, I think Coach Hatchett with a 17-point lead is okay with putting in a guard for Garrison because, again, Garrison's not going to defend against Ingrid, so they can go small. Well, I should take that back. Radford's still in.
Inbound 3 ball for Toby does not fall. Rebound skied for, and they'll pulled in by Collins. There's the impact of not having Garrison. Turnaround shot for Collins, though, doesn't go. Chargers offense just not firing on all cylinders.
How long can Del City go without Garrison?
Certainly been a big impact player in this game, goes without saying. 17-point lead for the Eagles. Percy Green at the top here. He'll go to the elbow, kick out in the corner to Foreman Felix. He thought about it, but kind of lost the handle on the pass. He'll dribble out toward near half court. Gives it over to McAllister at the top of the key. Jordan McAllister down the lane. Tried to kick it out to Veely, but missed him a little wide of the mark, and it will go out of bounds.
I mean, you got to use your eyes first before you make that type of pass. One thing about, though, not having Garrison, Del City has played games without him, some decent games, too, especially when they went down to Texas for the tournament, Williamsburg tournament. They didn't have Garrison for that tournament.
3 ball here for the Chargers that they could really use. Doesn't fall for Pratt. Tulsa Memorial still has not scored in this second half. Foreman Felix back the other way. Takes a double team, gives it over to Demarius Veely. Veely left side, Jamori McAllister. Bounce pass back to Veely, and he's giving him some direction. Gives it right back to him.
Well, those two could keep playing keep away.
Yeah, no kidding. Foreman Felix pulls up from the elbow. That won't roll home. McAllister, what a rebound. They're going to say over the back. Ooh, boy.
You know, I don't think Del City should be shooting that. The pull-up jumper by Foreman, Foreman Felix, he wasn't totally wide open. You don't have to take those shots in this situation. And Tulsa Memorial is similar to Holland Hall. They're not pressuring right now. They were at the end of the second quarter, but not right now, so you can run as much clock as you want at the moment.
Only the second on McAllister, so he stays in. Meanwhile, Pratt has his shot blocked by Green. Got it back. Put-back attempt won't roll home, but he's fouled.
And so Pratt's been uncomfortable. He was just fortunate, was Pratt, that he got the block shot right under the basket. Made a good pump fake there.
And that's 6 fouls on the Eagles, so the Chargers are in the bonus for the whole rest of the way here. And again, Chargers offense is not really working well at all right now, but you get that many fouls, you're going to have a chance to shoot some free throws and maybe get yourself right back in this thing. First one's up and good for Pratt.
And now Percy Green will come out.
Yeah,
I think the foul's on him with his third.
Yeah.
So an interesting situation here for Del City.
Del City's obviously got a comfortable lead here, but Pratt hits them both, but the foul trouble has forced them to go a little deeper into the bench. And obviously Del City's offense not totally rocking right now either. They only have 2 points this half. Godwin ahead to Veely. Veely gets it ahead to Deshaun Long on the wing. Long pass to the top to Godwin. Back to Veely. Demarius Veely trying to figure out where he wants to go with it. Now he'll back it out, and Del City will try and set something up. Double team. He fires it over to McAllister. Almost got stolen, but he's able to pull it in. Now McAllister puts on the floor, and he'll drive. Right-hand shot here won't fall, but he's bumped, and he'll go to the line.
You know, he's probably the player you want attacking right now. You wouldn't have always said that about Del City, that you want McAllister to force the issue on offense, but that's how much better he's gotten at that. Now, free throws, we'll see. I've seen him be good at that, and I've seen him also be lacking.
So Jamori McAllister at the line. The Rose State Charity Stripe shooting 2 here. First one rattles out.
Free throws have not been kind to Del City.
No.
Hasn't
they're
mattered
0 for 4. 0 for 4 at the line are the Eagles this evening, which is kind of stunning, really, a number. Saw that with Carl Albert a little bit earlier as well. Didn't shoot a great percentage. Now another one missed, so 0 for 5 at the line are the Eagles, and the Chargers have it back. Still down 15. Lots of time left to play in this game, of course. Thompson feeds out to Pratt. Open 3 at the top. Clackham's. Big 3 for the Chargers, and they're now only down 12. Bobby Lewis 3-ball.
And he knew it was a matter of time before Pratt got going.
He kept firing away. Eventually they were going to go, and that one does go. So Eagles, a little bit of a tough spot here. Charged with a little bit of momentum. First really semblance that they've had in quite a while. McAllister loses dribble, but gets it back in the backcourt. Now he breaks through some traffic, but they're going to say he got bumped and fouled.
I thought I heard Hatchet call timeout, but probably better that they don't use it.
They got the foul instead.
They have
so
the
it
foul.
worked out. That's the 4th on Memorial. So both teams are kind of piling up the fouls here in this third quarter. 2:38 to play in the third. 12-point lead for the Eagles. Veely gets it ahead to Godwin. Godwin had it poked away from behind. It'll stay over here. Coach Hatchet not pleased with that sequence.
Godwin's got to know there's 2 defenders behind him, and one of them was not going to stay with Veely.
Veely trying to figure out where to get it in. He'll do so into the backcourt with Godwin. And we have whistles again. It's a timeout taken by Coach Hatchet.
30-second timeout.
Just 30 seconds, so we'll stay here. 2:27 to play in the third. 12-point lead for the Eagles. Del City only 2 points offensively in this quarter, Jordan. What do they got to do here to try and get it going a little bit?
Well, I think they did a good job the previous possession with McAllister getting the basket, but they're not making free throws. And so the problem there is if they miss shots and Memorial gets a defensive rebound, they're not going to – they have a harder time getting set on defense. That's true for anybody. And that's how Pratt got wide open. So missed shots for Del City don't just hurt them scoring-wise. They make it easy for Tulsa Memorial to score. And again, 2 of your best players are out with 3 fouls. They're defending just fine without them, interestingly enough, but offensively, they're trying to be very deliberate right now. Memorial's going to make it a little hard with their trapping.
Back to it. Eagles with the basketball. 2:20 to play in the third. Godwin getting around some traffic here. Goes over to Demarius Veely at the half-court logo. Now McAllister, nice ball movement, ends up with Godwin taking a long two, and he hits. We have whistles
foul
here.
Away from that. They should count the shot either way.
Yeah, it was a foul away from the
But who's
ball.
the foul on?
Count the bucket, and the foul is on the Chargers. So it goes on Keyshawn Thompson. Godwin gets the points, and Del City keeps the possession.
Well, that's unusual.
That works out.
Sometimes when that happens, you see whoever got fouled away from the shot shoot the free throw. But because I guess it was well after the shot, I guess that's the call. Del City gets the basket, and they get to keep possession. This could be a great sequence for the Eagles here.
That's the 5th on Memorial, by the way, as well.
Credit to Godwin. I wasn't a great shot, but he took advantage.
Inbound to Godwin for 3, and it comes up just short. That would have been a big shot. That would have been a 5-point possession if that one would have fell. But Chargers get it back, down 14. Football score, 35-21. Ingram step back 3. That won't fall. Rebound skied for and pulled in by Jaden Foreman Felix, and the Eagles can run it back the other way. Demarius Veely figuring out what he wants to do, goes over to Foreman. Gets it back out to Veely, and Eagles, like we were saying earlier, they're going to take their time if Tulsa Memorial lets them. McAllister now.
Memorial's not trapping now, so take your time. They are now.
Bounce pass to Foreman right at the free throw line. Nice ball movement to Godwin, and now back out to McAllister. It's a lot of time that the Eagles are able to get Green and Garrison on the bench. As McAllister drives, that almost spun home. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, and they'll say Chargers ball. Officials are Del City pleading with the officials that should be Eagles ball. I couldn't really tell.
Del City's missed some. Remember this? They had a hard time with this basket. Remember 2 nights ago?
You're right.
Same thing here. They hit some jump shots, a couple of them, but they've missed some layups.
Only 4 points for the Eagles, but the bad news for Tulsa Memorial, they only have 5, and it'll now make it 7 as wide open Ingram, they just lost him in the lane. He gets an easy dunk, and the Chargers pull back down to 12. Long pass here, almost over Godwin, but he skies for it. Final minute of the third. Morton McAllister going to his left. Bounce pass to Foreman Felix at the free throw line. Spin move down the lane, turnaround shot for him will roll out. McAllister trying to get the putback, he couldn't. And the Chargers have it back again. They can get it down to 10 or even single digits here.
Unforced error on Tulsa Memorial.
Yeah, double dribbled.
Now, if you're Del City, again, you want to run clock, obviously. But the shots they've gotten are good. But Foreman needs to, I think, take a little harder to the basket. And we've seen twice that McAllister tries to make the spectacular tip in. He just needs to get the ball with 2 hands and go back up.
Kind of a slobber knocker third quarter. Not a lot of offense, a lot of physicality, and that's going to be a travel on McAllister as the Chargers double teamed him in the corner. And they got him to shuffle his feet.
Again, handling the trap. Memorial has to right now to generate offense.
40 seconds to play in the third. Chargers have it back. Thompson out of the game for Tulsa Memorial. Back in came Radford on that last dead ball. Collins, meanwhile, has it here with 30 seconds. He gets over to Radford on the right wing, guarded by Foreman Felix. To the top, this is Toby, guarded by Godwin. Lost his dribble, he slipped and fell down. Godwin scoops it, fast break for the Eagles. Bounce pass to McAllister, can't finish. Rebound Ingram. Chargers have it back again. It's been a quarter of missed chances for both teams. Here's Collins now with 10 seconds. Spin move in the lane, nice move by Collins, but he didn't finish. And then Radford and Foreman Felix get tied up. Radford goes flying down to the floor.
Radford's a strong guy.
This game's gotten off the rails a little bit in the third quarter.
Radford's a strong guy, but Foreman Felix. When they were both going for the ball and a jump ball's called,
that's
it's
a
Radford
D1
that fell down.
Defensive lineman that you're getting tied up with. That's not going to go well, typically. 5.9 seconds. I'm not sure what the call even was here. Was it just rolled out of bounds?
I thought it was called a jump ball. I don't know what the call is.
Obviously not a foul. If it was, it would have resulted in free throws because the Chargers have the ball. Yeah, jump ball. Okay, we needed the clarification. Jump ball, Arrow keeps it with the Chargers. They have just a hair under 6 seconds to work with. Inbounding from underneath the hoop. Into Ingram, kick on the corner. Nice ball movement to Pratt for 3. Didn't roll home. Ingram put back, won't go, but he's fouled again. And with less than a second on the clock, Jared Ingram's going to shoot 2.
That's where a small lineup hurts you. Now, they've given a warning to Radford about something. Radford's upset, but they didn't call a technical on him.
This was a strange third quarter. It's been kind of a weird flow to it. Some weird plays, some weird calls, some weird misses.
Maybe they called the delay of game on Radford.
So Ingram is shooting a pair here.
Oh, delay game on Del City.
McAllister, yeah. Del City a little confused at why they were getting dinged there. Ingram, meanwhile, shooting free throws, and he hits the first one at the Rose State charity stripe. Cuts it back down to 11. Meanwhile, Garrison will come back in for this last rebound, essentially. Long will come out.
You know, I love how McAllister's played first half on offense and defense. Third quarter, just on defense. He's had a turnover, but more importantly, he has missed some scoring opportunities. And that's
Ingram hits them
more in
both.
this game.
So it's a 10-point game. Del City with a second to work with, a little less than. Foreman Felix, I think this would count if it goes, but he doesn't hit the half-court shot, and that'll end the first quarter. So Tulsa Memorial makes up a little bit of ground, but they're still down 10 after 3 frames. We'll take a break. We'll come back fourth quarter next in this boys 5A semifinal on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
All right, back to the Lloyd Noble Center. Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray, fourth quarter in this boys 5A semi. 18-10 Del City after one, 31-16 Eagles at the half, 35-25 as we open up the fourth. Only 4 points for Del City in that third quarter, but they still lead by 10 because, well, the Chargers didn't really have a lot of offense either. Veely with it for Del City on this first possession of the fourth. Winner to the title game to face Carl Albert tomorrow. Foreman pass is intercepted by Ingram, and then he's fouled. That's going to be a 1-1 for Jareth Ingram.
Great play by Ingram. Just a bad play by Foreman. First, to commit the foul mainly. I mean, Ingram's going to do that sometimes to steal a pass because of his length.
1-1 coming up for Ingram. We do want to make sure we thank our fourth quarter sponsor here while he heads there. La Herencia Grill for the best Mexican food in the Mid-Del area, whether it's dine-in, carry-out, using Grubhub or catering. Just eat their delicious food. 6811 Southeast 15th Street, right next to Jimmy's Egg. Give him a call, 405-931-3154. Ingram hits the first but misses the second, so the lead will stay at 9. As the Eagles get the ball back, but into single digits we are in the early part of this fourth quarter. Jordan McAllister bounced past to Veely, trapped on the half-court line, almost lost it. Now ball is deflected high into the air. Garrison Skysword and pulls it down, takes some contact, but a good play. That's where it paced out the tallest guy out there. Now Foreman Felix down the lane. We're going to whistle and a foul here called against the Chargers. A blocking foul on Collins. Is that the 6th on Memorial? I think it is just the 6th. They had one more to give. So Del City into the bonus the rest of the way, although the Eagles are 0 for 5 at the free throw line.
Yeah, I know. So that will obviously matter when you're protecting a 9-point lead.
Could play a role, that's for sure. 7:15 to play. What's been an odd game, billed as the game of the day, kind of coming in. It's had its moments, but it's been kind of, I don't want to say ugly. That's a little mean, but in some regards.
No, it's ugly. But you know what? It's how Del City wins, and they've won a lot of games this way.
If it wins, it works. Veely gets it into Percy Green out near half court as he's back in as well with the 3 fouls. Starting 5 out there right now for Del City, as you'd expect in the fourth quarter of this kind of game. Green gives over to Veely. Almost lost it, but Veely does have it. McAllister now going to his right, guarded closely by Collins. This is going to be a foul on Monte Collins. So here we go at the free throw line. A 1-on-1 coming from McAllister.
This in his head is the free throw situation in his head because the one in front of a 1-on-1 is not easy. I was Foreman Felix. He's taking him off the line. That may be a situation where you can try to get an offensive rebound. You don't want Garrison or Green to try to do that because they have fouls.
Yeah.
But no one's going to be on the lane for Del City.
So there's a 1-and-1 for McAllister, and the first one no good off the back iron. So the Eagles are 0 for 6 now at the line. Definitely could be a big storyline as we go down the stretch here. Collins with it for the Chargers. Fires it over to Toby. He'll go down the lane. Right-hand shot for Toby. Won't roll home. Rebound skied forward. Pulled in by Garrison. That's his 6th board to go with 14 points. And the Eagles have it back. Here's Veely racing down the floor. And he'll back it out after going down the lane. Give it to Garrison. Garrison. And he'll ball over his man, and that's going to be the 4th foul on Garrison.
He just... he wasn't even trying to get to a spot where he really wanted to shoot it. 4th foul.
So Garrison has to come out. DeKalen Godwin will replace him. Obviously a big size difference. Garrison 6'9", Godwin 5'8". So you go much smaller when you go this route. You don't really have a replacement for Brandon Garrison. I mean, there's only one Brandon Garrison. Chargers have it back, still down 9. Tulsa Memorial has not really been able to cash in on Del City being so cold offensively. They've worked it back a little, but not as much as they would like. Toby down the lane, right-hand floaters up and good. And count the bucket with the foul. All right. Down to 7, and they can make it 6 at the line. Tulsa Memorial just little by little chipping away. And now with 6:07 left, they certainly have got a shot here coming down the stretch. Toby misses the free throw, though. Chargers have been much better at the line, but big miss there. They're 7 for 10 now after that one. Green, bounce pass over to McAllister. Goes across the lane, almost lost it, but stays on his feet. Hand off to Veely, and he's bumped and fouled. So here comes more free throws for the Eagles.
We'll see if he lives up to what I'm about to say, but Veely is a better option at the free throw line, no question. Well, he proved me right, though.
It's another 1-and-1. Del City, by the way, has committed 10 fouls now, so the Chargers are in the double bonus the rest of the way. Veely, a 1-and-1. Off the back iron, no good. Eagles are 0 for 7. Rebound, though, comes up in the hands of McAllister, and he puts it back. What a play.
Sequence. Sim getting the offensive rebound and the putback.
The Eagles 0 for 7 at the line, but you get a big board there from McAllister who puts it back home. Huge play for the Eagles, and they needed some offense. Gets it back out to 9. Here's Collins with it for the Chargers. Bounce pass underneath to Ingram, guarded by McAllister. He's going to back him down, or try to. He'll end up shooting over him, and it won't go. That was well contested by Tori McAllister.
Yep.
The Eagles have it back on the way. They can push this thing back out to double figures with a bucket. Veely being guarded by Ingram. Eventually he will get rid of it. Godwin comes up with it on the right wing. Pass looking for Foreman is poked away. Scooped up by Collins. Start the break for the Chargers. Monte Collins down the lane. Tried to go for the tough finish. Guess who? Jamori McAllister with another great contest, forcing the miss. Long pass pulled in by Foreman Felix. He goes right to the rim, and he puts it in. And the foul. What a sequence. And they're back up 11 with a free throw coming. That long pass, that was like out of a movie from where we're sitting. You said it was right toward us, and he skied up for it, he pulled it down, went to the rim, got fouled, and finished.
We have seen Del City throw a ton of long passes, and they've actually been pretty good after the first one.
Pretty much all worked out, yeah.
The first one got intercepted. After that, they've been pretty good at that aspect. It's what to do afterwards that's been a problem. But sometimes you just got to go downhill, and that's what Foreman did. You had the numbers eventually. He had a 2-on-1, so he's able to take advantage of that because Bradford couldn't commit to him. But
another miss at the line. 0 for 8 now is Del City. It might not end up mattering. They're up 11, but, man, what a puzzling stat that is. 0 for 8. 4:45 to play. Chargers have it back. Screen set by Radford for Collins, working on Godwin. He'll have to back out, picks up his dribble. Hand off to Pratt. Pratt double team, not sure where to go. Now he'll try and take it on Godwin, and we have another foul on the Eagles.
You got to avoid those fouls.
So Pratt's going to shoot 2 here.
You're going to send
because
Pratt
of the double
to the line
bonus.
Because you foul him not on a shot attempt, but on the perimeter.
So double bonus this will be here now, and Pratt's going to shoot 2. We have a timeout here taken, I think, by Coach Allison, it looks like.
Well, I think there's enough time left, or we're close enough now.
It's a full timeout.
They can bring Garrison back in. we'll see if that happens. So he hasn't checked the scores table yet.
Full timeout. We'll take it with him. 39-28 Eagles, 4:34 to go in the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American Airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
Back at the Lloyd Noble Center, Josh Calloway, Jordan Ray on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City an 11-point lead with 4:34 to go, trying to punch their ticket to the 5A championship game and a date with the Carl Albert Titans tomorrow. Chargers are shooting 2 at the free throw line here in the double bonus. Seth Pratt at the line, and he knocks down the first one. That's one of the big differences in this game right now. Chargers are 8 of 11 at the line. Del City 0 for 8. I mean, an 8-point swing just at the line. In a low-scoring game like this, that's a lot. Make it a 9-point swing as Pratt hits them both. Chargers back into single digits at 39-30. Can the Eagles hang on here? And Godwin lost his dribble and picked up by Ingram. Chargers have it back. Kick out to Pratt. Open 3. Clackams. That's a big sequence there. 5 quick points for the Chargers, and the lead is down to 6. Feely gets into Foreman Felix. He's racing down the floor. He's going to take it all the way to the rim. Try to go for the tough finish. He couldn't do it, but he is hit and fouled. And he'll go to the line, but they haven't hit their free throws. Got to at some point. This will be 2 coming up for Foreman Felix.
I like the way he's being aggressive off the trap. I think it's what you got to do. But, yep. Will he be the one? He hasn't been to the free throw line yet, I don't think.
He missed the last one, I believe.
Oh, that's right. He missed and one.
So here we go again. 2 shots here for Jaden Foreman Felix. First one good. There we go. Off the schneid are the Eagles. They hit their first one, make them 1 for 9 at the line. The Rose State Charity Stripe.
Still no Garrison.
Hits them both. So Jaden Foreman Felix stepping up and knocking down some big free throws. Lead goes back out to 8 as we near the midway point of the fourth quarter here at the Lloyd Noble Center in Norman. Collins with it for the Chargers. He'll drive, lost his footing, able to get rid of it before the travel to Ingram in the corner. Jareth Ingram backing down his man, Jordan McAllister. Spin move, can't finish. McAllister again with good defense.
And they're going to call a foul.
And he's hitting fouled.
Morrell, so
here comes more free throws.
By the guy who's probably missed the most, McAllister.
So McAllister's going to shoot 2 more. Chargers are just 29% from the field in this game.
Del City 58, so double that. That will make up for bad free throw nights.
Yes. We're going to have a hard time with our triple elite player of the game. There's a couple of options. McAllister hasn't been as much in the offensive side in the second half, but defense has been so good. He makes the first free throw.
That free throw looks so good there. It's like
that's 3 in a row. They're hot.
Yeah, but where's that been? Good backspin.
Second one on the way here for Jamordy McAllister. He's got them both.
Nothing but net on both.
4 in a row.
He was due, but it's like, where's that been?
Lead goes out to 10. 43-33 Eagles. Can the defense clamp them down and get the rest of the way? Radford underneath to Ingram on the elbow. Turn around trying to work on McAllister. Another tough shot. It won't go home again. Jordan McAllister is just like a blanket right now on Jareth Ingram. Making life really difficult for him. McAllister, nice ball movement to Foreman Felix. Oh, look at the passing to Godwin, and he's blocked. And it's going to be the last touch by the Eagles, they say. It's going to be Chargers ball at Del City sideline. Not happy with that call.
Well, there's a conference.
They might overturn this, and they do. They change it.
And now Brandon Garrison comes in. This would be a good time to run some type of baseline inbounds play for him.
3:17 left. Garrison replaces Godwin, trying to come out for the finish here.
It's interesting, when Garrison comes in, they're going, Tulsa Memorial's going smaller.
Yeah, Bradford comes out, they put Keyshawn Thompson in. That's an interesting counter move.
So another counter move by Del City, a full 30-second timeout.
All right. 3:17 to go, 10-point lead for the Eagles. Chargers have ramped it up a bit offensively. I mean, I talked about it when it was 33-16. I said just getting to 33 is going to be an undertaking. Well, they got there, but they're still down 10, obviously, and don't have a lot of time here. Chargers got to play this pretty close to, pretty perfect almost to try and make this up.
Yeah, just think about how Seth Pratt has hit his 2 threes for Tulsa Memorial. Obviously, if he's open, I mean, he's lethal.
Right.
Both have come because of an offensive breakdown by Del City, because when you have an offensive breakdown that leads to a long rebound, or you give up a turnover, a live ball turnover, also called a steal, but they like to use that term for a good reason, because it makes it hard for your defense to get set up, and that's how Pratt has slipped open. So the important thing here is Del City, again, turnovers. They have got to protect the basketball. They can't give Tulsa Memorial a transition opportunity.
Del City with it off the inbound. Foreman Felix has been really good in this second half. Right off the inbound in the paint, a nice tough finish, and Del City now leads by 12.
A good set play, because so much attention was given to Garrison. They were right by each other, so not much spacing, but the play worked beautifully.
Seems like Coach Hatch and Del City was smelling some blood in the water right now. Bench getting excited, up by 12, trying to finish. 3-ball for Toby, comes up short, rebound pulled in by Percy Green. Skying high for the board there. And now McAllister dribbled off his own foot. Ingram scoops it and dunks it. So a free bucket essentially for the Chargers there. Cuts it back down to 10 with 2:44 left, and Tulsa Memorial wants to take a timeout.
You can't. We've seen this 2 or 3 times for Del City. That's how Memorial can score when their defense creates a turnover. You cannot. It looks like it's 30-second timeout, so we're going to keep it here. You can't try to dribble between 2 double teamers. What has to happen is help has got to become visible, and if you have to go all the way down to your the baseline that you're defending, you do that to get open. McAllister tried to split 2 defenders, and even though he's a really good guard in many ways, that's not his strength, and that's really not something you want to do even if it was your strength. And that led to an easy dunk for Ingram. So, again, they have got to protect the ball. They cannot make those type of offensive mistakes that lead to good, easy shots for Tulsa Memorial.
2:44 to go.
But starters in for Del City. All 5 of these guys offer a lot of strengths in different ways. Right now, it's just a matter of how can they play together.
Del City and Tulsa Memorial student sections trading chants back and forth across the Lloyd Noble Center.
At some point, we need to talk about the rivalry they've had the last few years.
No kidding. Rematch of last year's title game, and the Eagles are close to getting revenge, but they still got some work to do, and this is not going to help. Garrison's pass intercepted by Darius Toby. Chargers have it back going the other way. Toby across the lane here. He'll get it out. Ingram pump fake a 3. Now feeds off to Toby. 3-ball at the top of the key. Come up short. Long rebound. Ran down. Wow. Who else? Jamori McAllister. Fast break to the rim. Blocked from behind. They call a foul? I think they did. And that'll result in McAllister shooting 2.
Coach Hatchet wants an intentional. I don't think that's an intentional, but can't blame a coach for trying.
Yeah, it is a foul on Toby, so 2 free throws coming from McAllister.
I just got the ball. He got the ball cleanly and then got off to a running start.
It seemed like for sure that Ingram was going to get that board.
Yes. And Tulsa Memorial, when Del City's in their half-court defense, Memorial just cannot get a shot off that they're comfortable with. Whether it's 3-point range or a 2.
First one no good from McAllister, left it a little short.
The Chargers have just had all kinds of trouble getting any shot off that they like. And when they do get a shot off here and there, they're just not making them. But Del City's defense has been the story once again.
Radford back in, replacing Thompson. Only 2:10 left. Chargers got to make their move. They're going to try and find a way to knock off the Eagles. McAllister hits the second one to split the trip. 46-35 Eagles as we approach the final 2 minutes from the Lloyd Noble Center. Ingram at the top, guarded by McAllister. Go to his left. McAllister continuing to hound him as he has all night long. Foreman Felix guarding Toby. Bounce pass over to Collins. To the top, looking for Pratt. Who else again? McAllister pokes it away. start the break for the Eagles. Now they'll slow it up.
Good idea, too.
Veely will take it. Nice feed to Foreman Felix. Contact and the foul! With a flex to match. Eagles by 13 with a free throw coming. And Del City closing in on setting up the all-Mid-Del, all-OSN title game.
Yep. I'm feeling that, too. Dare I say dagger?
It's getting close. That was pretty close. It felt like one.
It just doesn't even seem like Tulsa Memorial can get to 40 probably, but 42 would be tough. And obviously, that's not going to be enough.
Foreman misses the free throw, pulled in by Collins. As the Chargers now, they need a barrage of deep balls to try and get there. What performances by both Carl Albert and Del City today. Statement games for both of them. Ingram on the elbow, trying to get some from McAllister, and he stole it away again. And he's stealing that Triple E player of the game, I think, too. McAllister down the lane, and he's hit and fouled. Jordan McAllister is just a menace on the defensive side.
I got to tell you, the Carl Albert basketball players have to be watching that thinking, okay.
I don't know if I've seen a
be
player
wary of him.
Dominate a game defensively the way McAllister has in the second half. He is forcing turnovers.
Well, first
it
half
feels
was
like
pretty
every
good.
possession.
First half was pretty good.
It was. But
and
the
he's
second
regarding
half
Jarrett Ingram the whole time. A really good player. An Air Force offer. We'll see if he gets other D1 offers.
My goodness.
And that inspires McAllister to just
clamp him up.
Go all out.
Clamp him up. McAllister hits the first one. He's up to 16 points. Oh, by the way, which leads all scorers to go with his defensive prowess tonight. Misses the second one. Green ends up in the hands. Ball ends up in the hands of Percy Green, though, and McAllister did play a role in that. You're right. Reaching in. Veely loses the dribble, able to just barely save it, and Coach Hatches sneaks a timeout in.
So,
as the Eagles are closing in.
It's a full timeout. Let's keep it here, though. What's about to happen is huge for Del City basketball from this standpoint. Think about their opponent, Tulsa Memorial. They won the state championship over Del City last year in the final round, and the same thing happened back in 2019. And I don't know if they played, I think they may have played once more in state in 2017 or 2018. 2017 was Coach Hatchett's first year, and Del City's made state ever since. And Memorial won 3 state titles in a row from 17 to 19. So there might be a third or fourth game I'm overlooking. I just haven't gone farther back. Del City's beaten Tulsa Memorial in the regular season at ORU, in fact, in the Tournament of Champions a couple times. But they have not beaten them in this stage, the state tournament.
Right.
And so Tulsa Memorial, like they are for a lot of teams, has been a thorn in their side. And Del City looks like they are going to remove that thorn. And then we can talk about the thorn in the side of Carl Albert, which has been Del City, when we reconvene on Saturday.
Championship game tomorrow at 5. OSN's going to have it because Carl Albert's in it, but Del City closing in on joining them there. As Green off the inbound tried to put it home, couldn't quite, but then Garrison scooped it up, and he was hitting fouls. So Brandon Garrison will go to the line and shoot some free throws. Just unbelievable. We've been spoiled a bit, you and I, this postseason.
Well,
you've done all the Carl Albert games. I've done all the Del City games at this point. And
yep.
Looks like they're going to meet in the big game.
Something's got to give, as they say. But you know what?
Got to give.
Back in the state tournament last year, I looked at the 8 teams left, or the 8 teams that made it in 5A. And I knew that there was no question that Del City and Carl Albert returned the most talent. That's still true with Terry McMorris of Del City going to Douglas, which he's going to play in the state championship game tomorrow as well. And sure enough, it's lived up to that. Those were the 2 most experienced teams that returned the most talent. And they are legit the best 2 teams in 5A. Here's Brandon Garrison with the finishing touches.
Garrison forces a turnover, fast break, and the big dunk on the other end. Celebrates right in front of his own student section as Del City has turned this into a bit of a laugher. This was marked as the game of the day. And really, folks, for the most part, it wasn't all that close. Del City pretty much wire to wire has dominated this game.
And the other thing about that is Tulsa Memorial, they're definitely not as good as last year. Last year's had some Ty Frierson, Spillman, I think his first name was CJ, unbelievably good players. And this team not as deep, but they have played great basketball up to this point. Their game performance against Southeast, against Nathan Hale in the area championship, unbelievably good.
They smashed Southeast on Wednesday night here
And
at the Lloyd Noble
Southeast
Center.
was very competitive against Carl Albert and very competitive against Del City. But I had a feeling, as impressed as I was with Tulsa Memorial, that they just not seen a defense like this with Del City. The athletes, the length, and that has been the case. And in spite of another miserable free throw shooting game, I say another, I don't know if they've had that many, but this game for sure, hasn't mattered.
Hasn't mattered. And this is what they wanted. Yeah, after that championship game last year, you always want a shot at redemption and to right the wrong, and they've more than done that.
It'll be Carl Albert looking for redemption.
Yep. Bealey splits it.
They lost to Del City in the semifinals last year.
19-point lead for the Eagles with 32.7 seconds on the clock. Did not expect this, Jordan. I mean, I've been touting since probably January that I believe Del City would win 5A this year. That's just my belief. But I did not anticipate them rolling over Memorial the way they have tonight. 19-point game.
You have to take the clock off.
Yeah, we're only at 20 seconds left. The clock get bumped. We made it through the whole day without getting bumped. It got bumped 20 seconds left. 54-35 is your score. We have a whistle here. That'll send Toby to the line. Obviously just academic at this point.
So, one thing to keep in mind also, when these teams played, talking about Del City and Carl Albert, last month, Del City won by 7. Carl Albert did not have Tayshaun James.
Yeah,
so
we know the impact he has, obviously. Saw it today.
He will play a lot of minutes tomorrow, I think, as he showed he's going to be able to overcome his eye injury. He's probably not 100% at all, but he'll play. He'll be a major factor.
Got timeout here. Del City kind of just getting a chance maybe to soak it in a little bit more. Only 19.9 seconds to go. Stick with us after the game. We will have interviews with Coach Lenny Hatchett as well as our Triple E player of the game, which I feel like has to be Jordan McAllister.
Yeah,
you in agreement there? Brandon Garrison had it for, I think, like 75% of the night. But
got off to that start, and I want to interview him. But
we'll get some guests over here.
McAllister for sure.
We'll get some guests over here from the team.
And we always like changing it up because it was Percy Green 2 days ago.
Here from the team, wrapping up what was a heck of a performance today. And Carl Albert did the same with Holland Hall. I mean, that game was a little more competitive than this one, I would say. But in the end, the Titans kind of ran away from them and suffocated them.
Yeah.
That's kind of what Del City did. Both teams really kind of dominated their way here. And now they'll meet tomorrow for the whole thing. That's what we all wanted. That's what we all wanted.
Both teams, Carl Albert and Del City, struggled mightily from the free throw line. Del City especially.
Yeah, it could be a free throw shooting display tomorrow. If both teams
but both teams played unbelievable defense throughout the entire game.
Free throw was missed. And a long fast break and resulted in an easy dunk. Bench absolutely loves it for the Eagles. That was Quincy Edwards, a junior off the bench, coming in and getting an easy flush. The bench went insane on that dunk. 56-35, 3-ball at the buzzer for Ingram, doesn't go. Eagles are going to the 5A state championship game. They dominate the #1 team in 5A East, and it's what we all wanted. It's an all-Mid-Del, all-OSN state championship game tomorrow night at 5. #1 Carl Albert, #2 Del City for all the marbles, as they say.
I thought the players were going to leave, but they're just saying hi to their fans.
They're running right over the student section.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Having a little bit of a party over there. It's a big moment, big feeling. Obviously, there's one more game on this floor, so can't party for too long. Got one more 6A semi to get played here at the LNC, but what a performance by the Eagles.
And
I'm a little, again, I've been a big believer in this Del City team all year, but didn't expect them to dominate this game the way they did.
And our player of the game is definitely...
Yep, Jamori McAllister was tremendous. 16 points, had 7 rebounds, but the big thing's not going to appear in the box score, and it's how incredibly good he was on the defensive end in this game is what really, really stands out. So he's our Triple Elite player of the game, Jamori McAllister, Triple Elite. Find world-class designs and hot new styles at Triple Elite. Give him a call, 405-610-5200. Teams are exchanging some pleasantries here. Once it's all said and done, Coach will get a hold of Jordan will get a hold of Coach Lenny Hatchett along with some Del City players to wrap up.
Coaches know each other.
What was that, Jordan? Sorry.
I said these coaches know each other well.
What an unbelievable performance by Del City tonight, especially on the defensive end. So Jordan's going to go run down Coach Hatchett, make sure we can get a hold of him before he gets out of here. Also, I want to make sure they can get a couple of players. So Jordan doing everything he can to corral them before they get out of here, as Del City Faithful is now going to go and give some high fives over to all the young fans here and all the fans who made the trip. It's definitely a cool moment for Del City. You can tell they wanted this one, conquering Tulsa Memorial.
All right. So I didn't catch that, Josh. You have a question there?
No, you're good. You're good. Jordan is here. He's going to talk to Jamari McAllister first up.
Jamari, when did you find out that you were going to get to guard Ingram?
When we watched them play the other day.
Okay. And what was your strategy against him? I guess it was just play tenacious deep. How would you describe your approach to guarding him? Because it worked pretty well.
I just wanted to stay close to him because I know he could go off the dribble and shoot jump shots and get to the rim very good. So I just wanted to pressure him really hard.
How do you have all this energy? Because when you get rebounds, you get steals, you're out running everyone. Where does that come from?
From my ADHD. Yeah.
Does that also affect your free throws? I say this in kindness, but because it didn't matter today.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it didn't.
Well, I hope you make him tomorrow. You might need him then. Any thoughts about playing Carl Albert?
Just another ball game. I'm going to just go play my heart out so we can win and shoot.
All right. Well, I have no doubt about that. Congratulations, Jamari, our player of the game. We'll go ahead and pass the headset on to the McDonald's All-American, Mr. Garrison. All right, Brandon, one of your best offensive games to start, at the start especially. Talk about your approach, especially early on. You hit at three, but you're also posting up real well. How were you successful offensively to start out this game?
I started off slow yesterday, so I just let the game come to me, and I had a better offensive game today.
And throughout the game, when you guys got up to that early lead, and defense became important, and it was there the whole game. How would you describe your guys' defensive effort?
They're a pretty good team, used to winning, and 22-33 was their main score. So through shoot around and stuff, we made sure we stick with them and shut off Seth, and that's what we did, and we won.
All right, what's going to be important for you? And it's tomorrow against Carl Albert, another matchup against Mr. Mott from Carl Albert, but also the entire team. What do you think about this matchup tomorrow?
We beat them early in the year, and I remember them saying they'll see us in state, and I guess they was right. So we got to come up and show up tomorrow.
All right. Well, one more game for you, the McDonald's All-American. So I know. What does that mean for this to be your last game tomorrow coming up?
It just means a lot. Kind of sad, but better things coming for me. Going to the next level.
Yeah, you'll have other high school games. It's not for Del City, but for the west side of the McDonald's All-American game. So something to look forward to there. All right, Brandon, congratulations. And we appreciate you joining us.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to pass the headset on to your coach. All right, we're going to talk to Liam Hatchett first. Actually, no, we're going to go and talk to head coach Lenny Hatchett. Coach, again, defensively, great, but I think the key was obviously your offensive output in the first quarter allowed you to play ahead, and that had a big impact in this game.
Without a doubt. The defense, though, started all that. I thought Percy Green and Jamar McAllister did their assignment as best as they could on those two guys with 33 and Pratt. Those two guys can really score the ball. And I was so happy for Percy. And I don't even think Pratt scored in the first half. But I know he got a couple in that second half. It's nice when you can get that cushion, but we still had some, stagnant times in that third quarter where they started pressuring. We kind of did a lot of standing instead of attacking the basket, and that, of course, with Brandon off, in foul trouble. But I'm proud of the team. The guys did a good job.
How'd you handle Brandon's foul situation? Well, you probably could have brought him a little sooner, but I think you liked playing with a smaller lineup against the press.
Yeah, I liked it, and I also knew that, we could spread them out a little bit, and we had the lead, so time was on our side. And as long as we had that time on our side, we could sit him a little longer, and then he can get in and help us out when he needed to. And we're also, we knew we had that chance with that 2 minutes down left, about a minute and a half, we had a chance to play again tomorrow, and it's about keeping people healthy.
Now, I wondered when you started McAllister on Ingram if Ingram was going to hit some jumpers with a side advantage. He had one on him.
He did.
Otherwise, McAllister was lights out again.
Well, to me, McAllister is one of the toughest defenders in the state. I mean, I'll argue that with anybody. The kid is a bulldog, and I mean a pit bull, whatever you want to call it. The boy can really guard. He's been one of the most toughest kids that we've coached, and I mean, and he's there every day, and he's in the gym, and he works at it, and he understands. You know, his offense may not be where it wants to be with shooting the ball, but he makes up. I mean, those steals that he got tonight were so key that he goes and finishes down here. Those are huge steals that he got.
Well, since the 5A state title game is a little later this year, I'll give you time to maybe shoot around at Del City and work on those free throws.
Yeah, we got to do a better job in free throws because, you know, those win some games, and we didn't do a very good job, I know. Hit a few in the clutch at the end, but we got to take care of the ball better. We got to shoot the ball better from the free throw line, and we got to step it up a little more defensively tomorrow night because I know Carl Albert's coming. So many parallels there. Carl Albert struggled from the free throw line as well, and they were protecting the lead and trying to kind of stall a little bit, too, in the second half. So a lot of parallels. But talk about playing Carl Albert. Any psychological advantage maybe in this win streak at all? And no,
I assume your daughter's going to root for you guys, even though she's going to go Carl Albert.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
I would hope so. Unless you want to spend the night somewhere else. But no, it ain't nothing psychological. It's two great teams. Coach Price does a great job. Two teams that I know each other very well. You know, it's 0-0 tomorrow, and somebody's going to get a chance to win a gold ball. I was saying you should probably just play this game in Midwest City High School. That would be kind of a neutral location. Our fans will probably like it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Coach, congratulations. We'll look forward to talking with both you and Coach Price before the game
sounds
tomorrow.
Good. Appreciate it, Jordan.
Thank you. All right, so real quick, Josh, want to mention one more time Miss Gina Standridge?
Absolutely, as Jordan hustles back around here at the Lloyd Noble Center. We'll recap the scoring for you and all that and say goodbye in just a moment. But we do, of course, want to thank Gina Standridge one more time for her sponsorship of Middale basketball here in the Oklahoma Sports Network. On April 4th, go out and vote for Middale School Board Award 3, Experience and Dedication for the Future of Middale Education. She's obviously a great sponsor for us and is very supportive of Middale schools and athletics, as you can evidence by her sponsorship of our broadcasts.
I want to mention also her meet and greet. Tuesday, March 21st from 5 to 7 p.m. Come enjoy some cupcakes at the MTM Recognition Event Center at 3405 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. And on Saturday, March 25th from 9 to 11 a.m., come enjoy coffee and tea at Jitters Coffee, 5501 Main Street in Del City, Oklahoma. Don't forget to vote on April 4th, but there's early voting on March 30th and 31st. Ad authorized and paid for by Standridge for Middale School Board in Ward 3.
All right, recapping the point totals for you on Del City's statement win over Tulsa Memorial. High score ended up being Brandon Garrison. He had 18. Also had 6 rebounds to contribute to that. Brandon Garrison was really good in this game. 7 for 8 from the field for Brandon Garrison today. Jordan McAllister had 16 along with 7 boards, and obviously doesn't even tell the whole story because he was so good on the defensive end. 10 from Jaden Foreman Felix, including some big buckets there down the stretch. 3 from Devarius Veely, 3 from Percy Green, 2 from DeKalen Godwin, 2 from Deshaun Long, and then those 2 right at the end for Quincy Edwards. And then for Tulsa Memorial, 12 from Jareth Ingram, 10 from Seth Pratt, 5 from Darius Toby, 3 from Monte Collins, 3 from Ben Radford, and 2 from Keyshawn Thompson. Eagles win it 56-35. Jordan, wrap it up for us, and we'll have time to preview the matchup tomorrow, of course, but I'm sure peek ahead a little bit to what we have coming up tomorrow.
We're going to have fun tomorrow because we're going to have to
win either way.
An interview with both coaches, yeah, and then afterwards we're going to talk to the 5A state championship or champion from Middale. We'll feel bad for whoever comes up short, but we'll love talking to the winning team. I'll hope to go on the floor and talk to not just the winning coach, but several of the players and ask them about how they were able to pull out that win because whoever wins will have beaten a really good team, and it will be a dogfight. Obviously, Del City has won the last 3 against Carl Albert because their defense just carried the day. And we'll see if something can change for Carl Albert. That's an advantage for Del City. Coach Hadgett says it's not a psychological advantage at all. Maybe he's right, but I don't know about the confidence level of either team versus the other. Does Del City have a lot of confidence from knowing that they've beaten Carl Albert 6 times in a row, but really 3 times for this core group for both teams? And same for Carl Albert. Last 2 years, they lost close games to Del City, but they still came up short. will that matter to them in this game? Will it be more of their determination or more of Dell City's confidence knowing that they can beat Carl Albert because they've done it in the past?
Like you're referencing, the two teams met, Dell City and Carl Albert, on the final night of the regular season. The Eagles won that game at John Smith Fieldhouse in Dell City. If you want to do a little research, any fans, that game's on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You can go back and watch it, get a little preview for what's to come tomorrow. It's going to be a heck of an evening for us. It's been a really, really fun season. The game of the week and all the Mid-Dell basketball we've done this entire postseason run. There's really no better way to end it than with Carl Albert versus Dell City for the state title tomorrow at the Lloyd Noble Center. It's a 5 o'clock tip. We'll be on the air, what do you think, 4:45 or so? Talk to both coaches and things of that nature, set the scene.
Around that time,
Around that time. So look for us tomorrow about 4:45 to set up for pregame here from Coach Price, Coach Hatchett. And then we'll have the game for you, of course, in OSSAA. And then afterward, like Jordan said, either way, you're going to hear from the winning coach, the winning players from the winning team. And it's going to be a really fun evening for us at the Oklahoma Sports Network and everybody in the Mid-Dell area. It's a really cool deal. So excited for that tomorrow. I know our boss Eric Sherman is very happy with this result.
Yep.
A pair of OSN teams going toe-to-toe for a title. That's pretty cool. So we'll have that tomorrow. Really excited for it. Any last things, Jordan, before we sign off for the night?
No, what's interesting is, there's one final thought. I talked about this with both coaches. They normally play the 5A state title game earlier in the day, around like 2 o'clock, and they're doing it differently this year.
Yeah.
So you expect both teams not being that far from Norman to have shoot-arounds at their gyms, and it'll be interesting to see waiting a little bit longer to start this game. Dell City is used to it because they played in the 6A title game 2 years ago. That's always later at night. A little later than what Carl Albert's used to. So I don't think it will mean a whole lot, but it'll just be interesting to see who gets the most out of their pregame shoot-arounds. And I'm sure, and then they don't have to be at the gym as early, so they can get some rest too.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting thing. I'll look forward to hearing in the pregame show for Coach Price and Coach Hatch. Just kind of what was the day like leading up to this matchup. 5 o'clock tip tomorrow. Going to be really cool. Going to be a fun broadcast, and we hope you join us for it. Tomorrow evening, 4:45 or so on the air. 5 o'clock tip. Dell City Eagles, Carl Albert Titans, 1 versus 2 in 5A. The two best teams in 5A all year long, and they proved it in the state tournament. And now they're, 10 minutes apart drive or so, and they get to meet for the whole dang thing here at the Lloyd Noble Center tomorrow. Going to be a lot of fun. We look forward to it. That's it for now. 3 games on our belt today. We got one more coming your way tomorrow, the 5A title game right here in the Oklahoma Sports Network. Carl Albert and Dell City. Eagles roll over the Chargers, 56-35. Signing off from the Lloyd Noble Center. For Jordan Ray, I'm Josh Calloway. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow. 5 o'clock tip, Titans and Eagles for the title, right back here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.